everyone. Welcome to this second live event of the STEM Discovery Week. Now we are connecting to Italy, to Matteo and his students, Gabriele, and Angelica. So this is an event, part of the STEM Discovery Week live connections. We are connecting to different schools and organizations across Europe and seeing what they are doing in STEM. So I will already give the floor to Matteo and his students to explain what they have been doing lately, and they will explain about the project that took place last year, and then they followed up on it this year. Go ahead.
Okay. Hi to everyone. I am Matteo Cattadori. I'm a science teacher in a high school in Trento, in the northeast of Italy. And these are my two ex-students.
Angelica.
Gabriele.
We made a very long project that lasted 3 years, and it ended in the summer 2017. And the main of this project was to try to engage students in a polar scientific expedition. For that reason, we planned with great advance a set of activities aimed at organizing and funding a real polar scientific expedition. The name of the project is RESET, standing for Research and Education Svalbard Experience. And our idea was to study in depth all the discipline belonging to the field of climate change, and to organize a scientific expedition in the Arctic, in the archipelago of Svalbard. That is the northernmost of Earth. We are around 78 degrees north. And we wanted to go there and to make some activity in order to understand the work of scientists in that place. As you probably already know, there are several scientific facilities in that place, and are all studying the effects of climate change. And our idea was to create partnerships with Italian research institutions in order to make an experience of deep understanding and knowledge of scientific process. And to do so, we wanted to go there by rail in the summer and visit all the scientific centers and facilities in that place. But first of all, we wanted to raise all the money needed to go there. To do so, we organized more than 1.5 years of activities by ourselves in order to raise all the money needed to organize the trip. And we did several activities. For instance, we had kids to do homework. We sold cheese and parmesan and several other foods. And we made a fundraising activity, a crowdfunding. We looked for partnerships in our territory, and we did something like nearly 50 meetings with institutions, companies, and associations of our territory in order to know them and to ask if they were willing to support our project. And at the end of this very long process, we managed to raise all the funds needed to go there and to do all the whole set of activities. And we left even some more money. And with that money, we made a professional movie that is telling the whole story of this project. And now the movie, it has been displayed in several film festivals around Europe. And now we are bringing this film in school all around Italy, mainly in the north, explaining our project. And you are lucky today because you have two witnesses of these experiences, and Angelica and Gabriele. They are now studying at the university, but they wanted to come to be here today in order to witness and explain this amazing experience.
So you both were part of this activity? And you both raised funds, and you were part of all of the process to.
Yeah, all part of the project. Yeah.
Okay, great. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about your experience?
Yeah, it's a big, really big, and I don't know how to say, a really big experience, and I think I grow a lot with all the part we have done, like the just selling cakes outside of a church, and like try to convince other people to buy that cake and give you money because you really want to raise that money to go to the Arctic, and or like go to a company and try to involve them in your project and in your idea, and it was like a big role for me. And the travel to Svalbard Island was like amazing. I don't know how to say, the biggest experience of my life, I think.
And it was all made possible by yourself. So that's
Yeah,
also really impressive.
yeah.
Okay.
And and
Yes.
during our stay at the Svalbard, we performed some measure, and we used very simple devices to measure and record simple parameters like temperature of air or the soil that is called in that place permafrost because it's permanently freezed, or even temperature of the water. And Gabriele was the coordinator of this small group that performed these measures. And we had the chance to make measurements of these parameters for 7 months. And after 7 months, the guy that we met there went there to take these devices and send it to Italy. And and in this way, we had the chance to download the measures and to analyze the data. And Gabriele did an amazing job on this project in particular. Can you explain something more about your work, Gabriele?
Yes, we had
Gathered
all single data, and we put all of these in something in some graphics. And
I'm sorry, what did you put? I didn't understand.
we made graph with all this data, and
Okay.
Gabriele presented all the data and the conclusions that were made with the scientists to his very final exam at the end of the high school. So he had
Okay.
a very high grade because of his work, and because it was a very long process, like the real scientific process, and a lot of scientists they have been involved. And you can find all this information on our website, that is resetsvalbard.it. And so there is a full, complete, and scientific report that explain our very basic results that we had.
So, Daniele, maybe you can tell us a little bit about what you found or what your high school project was about.
Che se voglio spiegare un po' di più di quello che fa. No, I'm presenting for him because he's quite scared about, and
That's okay. No problem.
and anyway, we managed to study the temperatures, and we have found that, for instance, the lowest temperature of the air is in winter, obviously, but the lowest temperature of water is in summer rather than in winter, because, and this is due to the fact that the glaciers are melting, and the water coming from the melting of the glacier has a very low temperature, and it comes in the sea. And in this way, we have the lowest temperature of the air of the water, obviously, in summer rather than in winter. And this is quite weird, no, because you expect that you would have a lower temperature in winter of the water too. And this is only one of the results that we get. And another one is related to permafrost, for instance. And at the same time, permafrost is the upper layer of soil that is permanently freeze in the Svalbard, and the temperature in this layer, it changes over the year according to the temperature of the air. And we had some amazing graph explaining this phenomenon as well.
That sounds great. That sounds awesome. Is there something that you would mention as an inspiration for other students why they should do this? Maybe Angelica has an example, or you, Matteo.
I think that the whole experience is amazing, but it's really difficult to, I don't know, to make it again. But we want to be like an example, just taking a piece of our experience and inspire the students will be great. And this is one of the reasons why we made the film, and why we are now taking it around our country. And yeah.
And I would like to add only one thing, that this school, science is not the main subject of this school. I mean, this is a school that is mainly a focus on social discipline and linguistic discipline. Science is definitely not at the top of the list of the subject. But nevertheless, we wanted to do this just to even show and demonstrate that science could be a really very inspiring subject for young, and it could be even part of their plan for the future.
That's a great idea. So is now plan in your plan for the future?
Not in my, not in here, but some of our classmates are now doing scientist university. Now I'm studying graphic and photography, and this project helped me in focusing on my really interests. Yeah, and now he is studying literature, Italian, and
Angelica with EduArctic to last summer was able to win a contest organized by EduArctic that I think is a partnership of scientists.
Yes, they are partners of the STEM Discovery Week, exactly.
Yeah. Can you explain a little bit more about your experience, Angelica?
Last year, I discovered about the contest of EduArctic. The question was how to try to
explain
the importance of research and the importance of knowing about the climate change. And I bring my project that was a book for children that explained the work of the researcher in the Arctic. And I win, and I went to Iceland last summer, and now I'm working on my book.
That's beautiful. That's amazing. Congratulations. Matteo, as a final question, I would ask you, do you have any thoughts or any tips for teachers who would like to engage their students in something similar, or who don't have the courage yet to start? What kind of tips would you give for them?
Yeah, I think, based on my experience with this project, I really encourage all my colleagues to try to mix this topic of science with one of the most powerful activity that our students can do, that is traveling. Traveling is really one of the most powerful tools that we have in order to engage and motivate our students to know and study science. And science is a perfect discipline that can inspire dozens of different scientific projects. And mixing science with traveling is definitely a winning solution.
Thank you very much. Thank you to our viewers for watching this stream, and thank you to all three of you for being here and explaining about your project. Now I just want to tell everyone, if you got some inspiration, then go online and go to the STEM Discovery Week website and submit any activities that you will do with your students during the STEM Discovery Week. Thank you all for being here. Goodbye.
Indeed. Ciao. Thank you again for this opportunity. Bye.
Bye.
Ciao.
Ciao.
Ciao.